How are you doing? This Martin from Gardens for Life. The weather is a little bit rough out here, but I wanted to make a quick video on our strawberries. We grew 12 different varieties this year, and one of them we had for the last 10 or 12 years actually now, from our original allotment actually back in 2009 I think it was, and we added on about 11 more strawberry varieties now, and we wanted to show you which ones of them are actually good croppers, which ones have the best flavour, which ones are not worthwhile growing here in Ireland or in cold temperate climates, even including the UK. Some of them are definitely better than others, so I'll just show you. We were growing them in these crates. We also have them growing in the garden in wood chips as well. So we'll start with the standard varieties. I actually have to check the labels because there's so many of them. These ones here, as you can see, they're already suckering very well. That means they're making baby plants here, you can see. And same as these ones. So some of them actually seem to start suckering while they're fruiting, which is not really ideal, but it's okay. We're going to just plant these out, and we're going to try to eat whatever fruits we can off them before we do. See that here now? Even that fruit now, that'd be grand. So we've been eating so many strawberries now. We're getting about probably 10 to 15 strawberries per day, every day, off these 12 trays. That's a really good one. I just want to even make a record for ourselves to see which ones are actually better than others. Symphony is this variety here, and it's definitely a really good one. Here's a better one. So the name of the variety is Symphony. And try that one. It's really sweet, a little bit tart, just perfect. And it's a heavy cropper. We've got a lot of strawberries just off, probably about a kilo, maybe 1.5 kilos, just off these 5 plants here in this one crate. This one here, we have not seen as many strawberries from it, which is Sweetheart is the name of the variety. But it's a good one. Still not as heavy a cropper as the Symphony, that's for sure. This one here, trying to read the labels. Guineas, I read Guineas. We actually had very few strawberries coming from this one, so it's not a good cropper for here anyway. This one here is pretty good. Elegance is the name of this one, and it does produce quite a few big berries. Some of them actually produce less berries, but you can see that one actually hasn't started to sucker or make baby plants, which can be a good thing depending on where you have them set up. And so this variety here, what's the name of this one here? Centenazi is the name of it. We got a fair few berries off this one. They're definitely smaller, but they're pretty good. Now this one here is Snow White, I remember, because it didn't actually do too well. The plants were absolutely tiny, and Snow White doesn't seem to produce quite as well as any other variety. I wouldn't really bother with it. It's kind of a novelty variety though. So just for that reason, it's good to have. This one here is Pegasus, which is actually my favorite one because the berries are sort of small, as you can see here, but by God, the flavor is something else. So they are kind of like, they taste a bit like wood, like the original strawberries, wild strawberries or wood strawberries, forest strawberries. So much more intense than any other strawberry. My favorite one, Pegasus, I'd highly recommend going for that one, and they fruit for a long period of time as well. Most of these actually seem to have fruited for the last 4 to 6 weeks, but some of them fruit for longer as well. This one here is very late. We'll try to keep moving. Malvina is a very late fruiting variety, but we'll see how it does. It's also suckering already, which is not really desirable because it's producing fruits at the moment, and it's already putting some of its energy, at least half of the energy, into growing new plants, which is not really ideal, especially because we're not ready to put this out into the garden for these to actually grow. You could put them into pots as well. These, see the roots coming off them here, but not up high here on the tables anyway. So that's these 8 varieties. So we'll move over here now and we'll take a look at the other 4. One of them we actually had originally, and you'll see it's actually a really good cropper. This one here now, what's the name of that one? Vibrant is the name of this one. Really good cropper, I have to say. Some of them have been a little bit damaged by the birds. As you can see, this one here has kind of gone rotten. I won't eat that now, but it's a really good cropper. Vibrant is definitely one that produces an awful amount of berries. Look at that. Ooh, we missed this one. Oops, better not leave that around. Here, look at that one. So let's see how this one is. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I remember we got a lot of fruits just from these 5 plants here in this one crate. I'd say we got about 1.5 kilos off this one, at least, maybe even 2 kilos. Here's another variety that we don't actually know the name of. So we've been growing it for the last 11 years now. And we've brought it from house to house, and we've got lots of these plants. So if you ever see strawberry plants in our gardens, that's usually these ones. So let me try it. That's a really good one. It's very sweet, very flavoursome, no sourness at all, no tartness. So it's a really good one. It crops really well, and as you can see, it does not sucker early, which is ideal. So especially when you keep them in these crates on the tables close to your back door, where you can keep an eye on them, and the birds might not take as many of them, but most importantly, you get to eat strawberries every day, which is the way you should do it, rather than leaving them, only checking on them every week or every 3 or 4 days. That's not often enough. You should really keep an eye on them every day. Let's check out what is this variety here called. This one here is called Florence. Wow, I was actually not impressed with Florence previously, about a few weeks ago, but it does seem to be cropping now, very late in the year now. This is actually, well, compared to the rest of the strawberries anyway. You can see there is some here. Let's try it. So Florence must be obviously from Florence in the Toscana, or Tuscany, in central Italy. I presume that's where it's from. No, not a lot of flavour. Try another one. I thought they weren't going to crop at all in Ireland. I didn't think it would actually work as a variety to grow here. Maybe they need more heat. Wow, different flavour entirely from the rest of them. Not as sweet, that's for sure. And a little bit less flavour, but not sour at the same time. Distinct flavour though. Still a good one to have, but not a heavy cropper, I would say. This one here, Cambridge Favourite. It didn't do that well here. I don't know why, but it should do really well. You can see here, we're still getting some fruits here, which is cool. I mean, actually, strawberries do not need to be fully red to eat them. They are actually can be very sweet as long as the seeds themselves actually are far apart. That means the strawberry grew quickly and it's got a lot of water in it, a lot of juiciness. Oh, that's a little bit floury. It's actually not very juicy. We'll try another one. We'll try this one here. Not a lot of flavour, not a lot of sweetness, but we'll give it another try next year and we'll see how it goes. So there you are now. That's 12 different varieties of strawberries. Hopefully it'll help you along in choosing which ones you'd like to grow yourself. And definitely fruit worthwhile growing, because you get so many fruits off it, and it's basically free because you get more plants every year and you'll have them forever. And you have fresh strawberries that come straight off the plant, straight in your mouth. We grow them out the back here, at the back of our house, and our little boy actually goes out here and eats them more or less every day. He goes picking them himself and eats them. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. It helps us out a lot, and that way on YouTube and on Facebook the video gets seen by more people. Thanks very much. Bye bye now.